Vinod Seshan, of course, and Anish Sahasrabudhe. Akshar Patel has done this on each occasion this season, winning all the tosses and choosing to field first. The batting is so dominant in many teams this tournament. You have to look for wickets early up, not just be defensive, but looking for wickets. And I'll say hello again, in case you missed it, to Sunny G and Owen Morgan, and the expectations from this opening pair.
Yes, the expectation after what we've seen over the past couple of years is obviously very high. They know this pitch quite well. This pitch has always been a very good one for batting. And at the pitch report also, I think we heard both of them agree that this was a real flat pitch. Plenty of runs to be scored. Travis Head, you could say, perhaps has not quite got going this season. Abhishek has got a couple of very, very fine innings. And Klaasen has been batting really well. Ishan Kishan at number 3. That is a very, very powerful batting lineup.
Well, it's going to be Mukesh Kumar. No surprise with ball in hand to start with. He'll look to get the ball moving in the air and off the seam. But against these two stroke makers, these two aggressors at the top of the order, don't be surprised if he goes to changes of paces intermittently throughout the course of the first 3 overs, you would say. It's become unpredictable. We have a game on our hands here.
Three wickets in the power play for Mukesh Kumar so far this season. He's bowled well in it up to this point. Chases on, chases on. Very good, very well done. A couple runs to Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Good way to open an account. Nicely played, nicely tucked away off his pads. Ball coming back into him. He didn't look to hit it or power it, and that's an excellent piece of fielding by Samir Rizvi.
He perhaps wants to shift the line just across, maybe to off stump. Better line, and just one, so deep point, deep square leg in place.
Yeah, and a fine balance, Bish, particularly bowling to these two left-handers who do like width. They will throw their hands at any type of width, but you have to be brave. You got to give the ball every chance to move around. Because as of 2.5, 3 overs, it won't exist. There'll be very little to play with here in regards to the ball moving around. While it is, you got to use all the assistance on offer.
Slip in place, solitary slip, short third. Very good from Mukesh Kumar.
Well, Abhishek and Head have opened the batting. Ishan will be coming in at number 3, the skipper himself. Number 4 is Klaasen. And then they've promoted Nitish Kumar Reddy up the order as well. So, and Salil can bat, the wicket keeper. So it's a very, very good batting lineup.
Found a gap. It's such a quick outfield. Lungi and Giri just retrieving first boundary of the contest. How many more will there be?
It's a very good shot as well. What we've seen with both Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, they look to go the aerial route, but in this first over, they've played what you would call normal cricketing shots. Normal for opening batters at the start. looking to play along the ground, looking for the boundaries and the singles and the twos, not necessarily for the sixes.
Doesn't want to give room to the left-handers, but he's got to shift more to off-stump or middle and off. Better. Touchful, but better.
Impact sub options. They're batting first, so obviously if they get a good score, they will be looking to get a bowler in as an impact sub. They'll also get a fair idea what the pitch is doing, so whether to get a quick bowler or a spinner. They'll know after their innings is over for the Sunrisers.
Good work. Stubbs doing a good job. 9 without loss. Well, there we go, Nitish Rana with his off-spin primarily because of two left-handed batters, as we're accustomed to seeing at the top for Sunrisers. He's got a long off in place and a deep mid-wicket. Very good stop. Some of the fielding here in the 7 deliveries has been outstanding. Pathum Nasanka.
Well, excellent moving. Low and away to his right. Almost one-handed as well. Great athleticism. Such an important role at this ground today. And what you would imagine will be a high-scoring game. Fielding plays such a big part. Every run matters, every boundary saved matters. And the crown jewel is every catch taken.
Rana back in the team tonight and bowling his first over this season.
He's bowled well so far. 2 dot balls in the second over with just 2 fielders outside the 30-meter circle. That's good going.
That was slower. It seemed to be much slower than the one that went before, and Travis Head had to wait and reset.
Yeah, brave, real brave from Rana. Controlled his length beautifully so far this over.
Just great variation of pace in addition to that length, Owen. That was quicker, much quicker than the one before, and the length was also good.
Now, I think another variation, seam up, I think it came out of his hand. Yeah, a little bit of swing back in, trying to tuck up Travis Head. Good piece of bowling. Only 2 from the over so far.
Last one goes for a boundary. Not a bad over, to be honest. Just 6 off it. 15 without loss. $15 without loss. Be interesting to see when the seamers go pace off, when they go cross seam. That square leg is just in front of square at the moment on the boundary. And here he comes, work to do. Risby, very good again, quick across the ground. It's a quick outfield.
Yeah, previous over, Nitish Rana. 5 beautiful deliveries, only conceding 2, but you can see Abhishek Sharma just sitting back trying to pick up the length, that consistent length where he was operating at. Chip it up over that mid-on fielder, just manipulating a good piece of bowling.
Risby again. Can't stop it this time. Ball wins the race.
Very nicely pulled by Travis Head. Wasn't such a bad delivery, but we saw the previous one pulled. This time around, a little bit more of the middle of the bat, and therefore more power, more pace of the bat as well. Another fine effort from Rizvi, but to no avail.
The pressure is, you can talk about the field, Rahul. How can you go fuller without being too full? He does well enough in terms of changing that length and not paying a penalty.
Well, one change for the Delhi Capitals since their 6-wicket victory over RCB. Nitish Rana comes in place of Aqib Nabi. I'd imagine he will bat at number 3. It's been a revolving door of a top 3 for Delhi Capitals. Hasn't felt quite settled. Yet again searching today.
Deep point has come up and mid-off has been pushed back to long off. And long off comes into play.
Bish, question for you. Does this field a long off instead of a deep point, does that allow him to be braver and bowl fuller with the new ball?
Yeah, I would think so. And you can't give width. You don't want to give width because you've removed the point. So it just allows you to stop being short and getting pulled. The one that was pulled for 4 was just about 10 meters. And he feels that he needs to go a little bit closer. So he's got insurance down the ground, even if he wants to take pace off. Good, very good. Change his length. Nice. Don't know whether he saw the charge from Abhishek.
Well, either way, it looks good, Bish. I think you've got to give credit to the bowler. Interesting to see how quickly Abhishek did leave his crease. Or if this was a preempted bouncer. Was it a bluff? Does he go early? Does, ever so slightly. Imagine the bowler might have just picked up on that. Good delivery, good adaptation of the plan.
It's interesting, you're running in and you have to keep your peripheral vision on the batter's feet as much as you're looking and focusing on your length. Tough game in the power play especially. This time he creates his own room. Definitely created his own room, Abhishek. 4 off the last ball. 26 without loss. Lungi and Giri. But we talked about the long off, right? The deep point coming up and the long off going into play. So Abhishek was playing the field because he knew that deep point came up. He decided on 2 occasions, failing the first time, to create his own room because down the ground was blocked up. So he said, no, I will play the field. Lungi has a deep point and deep square leg, no slip. Sonny and Owen here with me. There was a stat coming into this game that said when these two in the opening partnership are dismissed in the power play, Sunrisers have only won 3 and lost 10 of their games if you can dismiss both the openers within the power play. Doesn't mean they don't win, it's just that they lost so much more than they win when that happens. For now, they're feasting here in Hyderabad on 1 or 2 deliveries. Full toss, slower ball attempted, I think.
That could well explain the fact that they have not looked to go the aerial route like they normally do. Maybe somebody has brought that statistic to their attention, so they're making sure that they're looking for boundaries, but not necessarily for the sixes. Nicely played again by Abhishek. Nice, juicy full toss.
There we go again. So my thing is with the slow ball, and I was discussing it with a colleague who shall remain nameless this morning, when you've got that magic, it's a fantastic slow ball. I don't mind seeing it in the power play, but how much is enough over the course of the season versus how much is too much and guys start waiting for it?
Here I think history would suggest that the majority of bowlers that have had this type of slower ball over the years and have been effective for so long have had a really good line and length, a really good seam up delivery to start with.
This opening pair is no joke when they are in good touch. And you can see Abhishek sitting back, the weight back and over the top.
Yes, like I said earlier on, because he's been amongst the runs, he's not afraid to take the risk, to take the chance. Travis said more content to look for the boundaries. That's what they need. They need one batter. If both get going, it's mayhem. But even if one goes going, then you know you're still going to get a very healthy rate. Almost 10 runs and over.
And again, they've changed the field. They've pushed the mid-off back to long-off. We talked about that field in the last over and how Abhishek played the field. So deep point and long-off in play.
Oh, Bish, you talked about the power and aggression of Abhishek and the impact combined with Travis Head. Let's have a look at it. That is neither out in the power play. 71.4% win ratio. That just goes to show the impact that they have at the top of the order and belief and confidence that they create in the dugout, in the changing room for other players around you. Certainly embodying the method in which they want to play as a team. But when somebody does it right in front of you, it improves players' confidence around you, which is huge.
Means one thing. It means to me that you have to throw everything at this opening pair in the power play. What is your best ammunition to get them out?
Another one for Nitish. He feasts on those. Fantastic strike from Abhishek. And away it goes for a towering 6.
Yeah, he's realized that the opportunity is there. The first over didn't go as per plan, possibly for Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. Nitish Rana with that newish ball. There's an opportunity, field restrictions, and that hard ball.
Oh, more. This time just dragged from the offside. A long way over, long on. Flat for 6 more.
P-H-A-T-T-E-D. Oh, yes. Abhishek. A 2 for Tuesday, Eve. Oh, yes.
I bet Abhishek is also enjoying just the way Danny Morrison is. He's pleased, he's happy, he's elated with this off-spin, gentle off-spin been thrown at him.
I always thought that was with an F.
Not this year.
Pace off. He'll be happy to have him off strike. He's the form man in the partnership, the Travishek partnership. And Travis Head still trying to get to his high standards this season. A precious dot. Yeah, that's what he's done this season. Look at strike rates. Think back a couple of seasons and it was sufficient for him to get sort of 35, 40 off 10, 11, 12 balls, and he'd do that. Now he gets even more, bats that bit longer. That'll be wide. Good reaction from Nitish Rana to try and get it away from him. He was going to come down the track and he just slowed it up and tossed it wide. Unfortunately, it's ever so slightly too wide. 50 partnership. We're into the 5th over. Oh, fielded. Excellent. David Miller in cover.
And these dot balls will just possibly create that kind of an impression that Akshar Patel wants, that fall shot should come around from Travis Head. He's mixing it up. He's preferring the offside Travis Head, staying leg side to that ball.
Big delivery. Collected. Wonderful use of the feet and a little lag as he swings at that. The way it goes for 6. 20 off the over. 56 without loss. .56 the partnership from 31 balls. An important partnership this, because when they get going, if they do, then generally they'll win their games. Sunrisers Hyderabad. Celebrations from Travis Head, having hit that ball for 6. As I say, his standards very high. And this season, not quite hitting the heights as yet. And he sees the funny side of it. Look at that. I got one out the middle and it went out the park. That's what he's trying to do game after game. Lungisani Ngidi will continue to operate this way. Slower deliveries. Take absolutely everything off it.
Two left-handers, stroke players, just the start that each time the team definitely expects from them. Abhishek Sharma, 35 of 16, striking at 218. Abhishek Sharma's companion just picked up the pace in the last over with this huge 6 against Nitish Rana, now striking at 140.
Nanjum. Oh, we love a lefty.
I'm so glad to hear that. Nitish Rana was also a left-hander, so possibly he was trying to play the cat and mouse game against Travis Head at that point of time, but the last ball succeeded Travis Head in dispatching that ball. And now trying to force that pace. Yes, he's not very pleased, he's not happy, because he feels he was just trying to hit that ball way too hard.
Yeah, been fantastic, Abhishek. 35 from 16. That'll find the field. You'd offer this and proffer this as a suggestion and discussion point, I guess. And as we see, Lungisani Ngidi's trajectory, difference in pace there, how much later his slower ball gets to you. But also that the way that he bowls that disguises it really well. has that fuller, slower ball. It's in the slot, but it loops up and batters through the shot. And because it's that full, sometimes can get onto the stumps. Nice shot. Let's hear from Lungisan Ngidi. Yep, great disguise, and executes it generally really well. The field set as such, the offside, I'll call them a wide long off or a straight cover sweeping, and then you've got backward point. Yeah, have a look at that. Those are the lengths I'm talking about. The quicker deliveries are shorter, they come on to the bat easier, so he's got to pull the length back, because if they're as full as those slower balls, then they're half volleys, they're in the slot, they can just get smashed out the park. Theory, they're thinking death in the power play already. Just too wide.
And just in time, because we wanted it wide. A lot of us have sat back, and I get it, because he's mastered this a bit more. And I know I was talking with Anjum back at the combox, because he's so good in all formats, red ball, white ball, I just would love to see him inside the power play, that threatening other pace-on delivery. And whether he's happy to do that, whether it's just this is now part of it in T20, that you're going to see a lot more change of pace, particularly against these two, I get it, and in these conditions. But, geez, I'd love to see a good bouncer early on.
Wonderful strike. The extra ball goes out the park. Use of the feet once again. 67 without loss after 6. Yeah, power play done. If there's anything in as far as error is concerned, he's upset with himself, Lungisan Ngidi, at the end of the over, because this is too straight. The field he's set has his protections offside. So it says if you're going to bowl it as a slower ball, you've still got to have your line outside the arc. So that if he's hitting you, he's trying to drag it from wide, or he's trying to hit it where your men are. And hiding the ball, and I said death right at the beginning of the game, and I think it might be the way that guys are going, because as soon as you kind of can't get it off the straight with swing or any sort of seam, and there's no grass, they're not a blade.
You know, I think that's the thing, Paul. You either got to be swinging the ball, and I think it's quite apparent, it seems this season anyway, there seems to be a lack of swing. I mean, I noticed Trent Bolt isn't swinging as much. Even Boovy, it's not getting hooping miles, is it? So, I don't know, is it something to do with the ball? The manufacturer, is it a lacquer, more of a lacquer they've put on it? Who knows? But they are, you're right. And particularly in these conditions, are doing that. And I understand it. But I just, the other surprise weapon, when you can bowl at 140 clicks, it's got to be early. And we discussed that, Andrew. It has to be early up around your grill, because then you've got to execute a very good hook shot or pull shot.
And the only one more line that comes to mind is he overdoing it, Ngidi? Change of pace. Is it predictable for the batters? Yes, you know that you'll be up against Travis Head and Abhishek, who like pace on the ball, but that's fine. At the end of it, somewhere down the line, you would also want to stick with your strength by trying to go change of pace, and if it hasn't worked, what do you go back to? Full pace?
Yeah, shifting in mindsets. I think it's a good conversation, this actually. 7 off the 7, 74 without loss. ...44 not out and 28 not out. As a partnership, they're going well. Just over 10.5. Here comes Kuldeep. And the spinners, the wily customers, have had to reduce their pace too. Yeah, when I say relaxed mindsets or flexible mindsets, I'm talking about not being rigid in the way that you go about things and thinking traditionally. Nicely bowled. A question for the new AI mode in Google search. And perhaps it could be that, you know, do you bowl death at the start? But that's not the one we've asked for today. Because if it's anywhere near where the bat can reach, it gets banged away like that. 4 more to Abhishek.
Yeah, largely his scoring areas or that strong zone that we always talk about for a batter is between the long on and the deep mid-wicket region, especially against spinners. But this strength that Abhishek Sharma has gone ahead every year, every season, and now he's mastered it, how to go down the ground a lot straighter. It doesn't matter which bowler is bowling at him. The moment he gets that ball in that area, he is likely to go down the ground. And for any bowler, that's just caution. Now where does he go?
Oh, that's hit so hard. It won't go to the fence. Righto, here's this question then for the new AI mode in Google search. What makes Mukesh Kumar so effective in power plays? He tends to kind of set the tone. Strike natural seam movement. He bowls a test length. Aggressive wicket-taking mindset.
Catching.
Yeah, question is, do the conditions allow as well? You can know more by asking another question on an AI mode in Google search. There are many questions, certainly from bowlers this season. Stubbs after it will prevent it. Going for 4. The search continues for fluency for Travis Head. 82 without loss.
Haven't lost a wicket yet tonight. The Orange Army. And aren't they letting Abhishek and Head know? Oh, get the sunglasses on in orange as well. Fans are fizzing here. Such a great atmosphere here in Hyderabad. Yeah, Rajiv Gandhi Cricket Stadium. It's a full house, and this is what they've come to see. The entertainment of Abhishek and Head opening up. Captain Patel. Half century to Abhishek. 3rd one of the season. Had to hustle. Will they check this just to make sure?
Yeah, he didn't grab the ball, KL Rahul. He was always keen to come back. What another quality innings we've witnessed from Abhishek Sharma. From one left-hander to the other. The captain applauding from the dugout. He enjoys batting. We know that, Owen Morgan, but the effectiveness, the consistency is another redeeming feature for Abhishek Sharma.
Yeah, it is. It was only a matter of time. a few years ago when he combined consistency with the free-flowing nature and aggression that he shows. And it continues. That's high and long, and another maximum. So effortless, the swing of his bat was almost hitting the most difficult of length off a spinner. Another element, how the game has changed in the last couple of years. Batter's ability hit that length back over a bowler's head is incredible.
Wow. Stats Guru's just handed over the info that we all know and love so well. If both these two are not out after the power play in 7 matches, look at this, 71.4%. Tall, elegant, slick. How do you stop Abhishek? I don't think you do. T-head, giving it some.
Well, almost rinse repeat, but the ball was played on merit from Travis Head. By his standards, been light on runs so far in this year's tournament. Watch this. Right in the slot, just ever so slightly has to reach for it.
Pressure, pressure, taken! Oh, that's a cracker. I don't think it's his best delivery. He's probably just saying that, Akshar Patel. It's a little drag down, but he'll take it because it's the dangerous Travis Head who's set and going, but he's been cut short again.
I just needed a fall shot. Changed that line so effectively, Akshar Patel. The length was always there to be hit by Travis Head, but the preference to go down the ground on the offside hasn't assisted in this delivery being dispatched towards the 6. Finds Samir Rizvi. 97 for 1 SRH. It's also the time where the players can regroup, as at the start of the Seat Tire strategic timeout.
In at number 3, a super aggressive left-hander. Good player is spin as well.
End of another Seat Tires strategic timeout here in Hyderabad. It's a satisfying start given the toss didn't go Ishan Kishan's way, and he was asked to bat first, so no surprises there. But he'll enjoy what his openers have set up and laid down for him now to come in at first drop. Going along at, well, fractionally, let's call it 11s. Time for the captain versus the other captain. And take one and be happy, get off the mark, keep the strike. 16 off the 9th, and the Sunrisers are 98 for 1. Kuldeep has just had the 1. Let's see what he can produce. DCs, they'll be very keen now to get either, well, I'll tell you what, they'd want Abhishek. We've just had the timeout, and so often is the case that a wicket tends to fall. Captain of the Orange Army's just got out there, so they'll know they'll be hunting up, trying to get him out very cheaply. Get one, you get 2 so often in this fabulous game. Now we're going to have Rana instead, so a little change. A bit more of Nitish Rana. But a couple that have gone for 26.
Well, the wicket's worth another look. The crowd go a little bit quiet. Wasn't that short? Didn't get up enough to allow Travis Head to get the elevation up and over Samir Rizvi. Actually could have gone, wasn't planning on going over. Gonna go squarer to find the gap. Yeah, furious. He feels it was there. DC absolutely delighted.
Yeah, well, just on that, it's the bigger side of the ground. You're out there, Pommy and Bungwa, doing the pitch report, but it certainly is for the left-handed head to hit it out there.
Well, what a silky player Abhishek Sharma is. Always a good sign of a player in form when he scores down the ground in the V.
Oh, well checked, had to. Came early there, Kishan.
Well, it's running in for his third over. It's a feature of Axar Patel's captaincy against OCB only a couple of days ago. Take a wicket, try and get somebody else into the attack. Don't try and continue to be lined up. Now, he's taken a premium bowler off in Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah, which is fascinating because I thought Kuldeep was bowling really well against OCB. Just getting into his work, an opportunity for a wrist spinner to bowl to a new batter is always a better opportunity than using him as a backstop when the partnership is already going. But it did work against OCB.
Still only 4 singles so far. It'll be a wide. Hundreds come up meantime in this over. They're asking, they're ticking along rather nicely here. 60 now, Abhishek. Still striking at over 200. Of course, Abhishek now, he's that little milestone. He's brought up 2,000 for SRH. There's Abhishek Sharma. He's got the strike back to finish the over. Often we see a bowler wide in the over. This is key. The extra delivery. Does it get moosed? Yeah, well done, Abhishek Sharma. Hunting Kane Williamson. Oh, and he wanted it. To no avail. It would have been another wide. 6 off the 10th, 104 for 1. As ever, joining the party, ripping it up here in Hyderabad. The Orange Army. Oh, just like that, Kishan, and those favourite dancing shoes.
Yeah, he missed out on an opportunity of getting the runs in the last game against CSK, out first ball. And he knows the fact that these pitches are very good to accumulate those runs. If you as a batter are making a mistake, the onus is on you, and he doesn't want to do that. He's relished the opportunity. 97 the head start, and he can bat well. He's a ban in form too.
Oh, the line. It's a big over to start with, so Kuldeep under pressure straight away. 6th and 4. Oh, I love the goggles.
Yeah, just a touch too straight here. Played on merit again from Ishan Kishan. And he's up good. Good touch, couple of good shots to earn the right then to put a bad ball away. Asking questions here of Kuldeep Yadav, and he's forced him to come around the wicket.
No, he's plugged it. The Tata Sierra, a legend we grew up admiring. It's back with legendary interior space, confident performance. Ian Bishop loves it to pieces. It's the Tata Sierra, the preferred choice of over 30,000 families across the country. It's time to bring home the legend, said Bish, with bells on. Oh, there it is. Ian Bishop gets his own one. Oh, he's lucky. Oh, hurrah! And boom!
Well, it's a brilliant shot, but I'm not quite sure about the plan from the Delhi Capitals and Kuldeep Yadav. He's coming around the wicket. Not quite sure how he's going to take a wicket other than hope one of these two batters just chips it up in the air. Yet again, not taking away from the level of skill you need to play a shot like this. Abhishek Sharma just in free flow at the moment. Continue with the same plan around the wicket.
Slower. You're going about Ngidi with the slow balls. Pommy and Bunga was alluding to the spinners. Have to be, almost if you're brave enough, slower. Slow it up. Easier said than done.
Yeah, they've tried to do that, had the change of pace right from the second, third over when Ngidi was brought on. They've tried to use the change of pace, but it hasn't worked. And now Kuldeep Yadav is actually playing catch up. Can he get a wicket like Akshar did last over?
How did he get a hand on this? That was bludgeoned back. It's gone for 4. And I tell you what, the 11th over's gone for 22. And the Sunrisers are 1-2-6 for 1. They've just flicked the throttle somewhat here at the Sunrisers again. Abhishek, 67 from 32 now. And Ishan Kishan, he's stepped it up here with Abhishek. He's 19 from 8, striking at 237.5. Natarajan, it seems, going to come on. The left arm orthodox with his variety as well. See if he can take a wicket. They need one, the DCs. Hey! Welcome, Natarajan. He has been smoked. Look out, you cheerleaders. Wow. Talk about a happy coach. Daniel, it's Daniel from up here. How happy are you?
Yeah, very happy. I'm sure you guys don't want to talk to me while this is going on. It's been an amazing start and just continuation of, I suppose, aggressiveness from Travis and Abby, and now Ishan's been able to come in and continue it. So it looks like a decent wicket, which we didn't quite anticipate.
Now let's see where this one goes. Bowler under pressure. Oh, I think that's just inside. That's a good delivery. Well, I think, Daniel, you wouldn't have to say much to your openers, would you? There's the game plan. It's up to you to just keep carving it, gents.
No, I said one thing 3 years ago, and they haven't sort of looked back. I think they're just it's their natural game, and I think particularly that aggressiveness against spin bowling puts us in a really good stead. So it makes it difficult for teams to plan against them. But we've definitely still had some challenges against some good bowling lineups. But today they've been extremely impressive.
Well, they certainly have, and it looks like more to come. Is a little shimmy. I like this. Hopefully not a wide. Oh, given. Just a little too short. I'm liking the strategy. And speaking of strategies, Daniel Vittoria, what about the support staff? I see you got Jimmy Franklin there. Simon Helmut's involved. They're all helping you, working well.
Yeah, we've had a group together for a few years now. Frankie's first coach ever to go from bowling coach to batting coach, so he's relishing in telling these 3 or 4 guys what to do. Yeah, it's been a consistent group, and I think that's one of the keys in the IPL. You see some of the teams that have performed for a long time, they've had consistency in a number of areas, and that's what we hope to emulate.
Dan Morgs up here. Good to see you, mate. You mentioned the openers don't need much guidance. Talk to us about the guys that are next in, or that middle order. How do they go about calculating what a good score might look like?
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest challenge after you often get starts like this where not that they make it look easy, but they're just so aggressive and they can take on different types of bowlers. So sometimes when you walk in and the run rate's 11, 12, you think you've got to keep up with it, and I suppose we've just had to find a way for guys to go about it in their own way, to build an innings and to understand that their style of game will work as well. They just don't have to be exactly the same as the guys that have gone before them.
And in amongst that, vastly experienced, hiring with class and one of the best in the world at doing it. Is there a framework or a structure that either he or the middle order like to create around that?
Yeah, well, I think the starting point is he normally goes in around the 5th over if we've lost a couple of wickets, and then he can navigate the start of his innings. And he's a guy who likes to build it, and then when he sees a matchup or a target that he's comfortable with, then he'll be pretty aggressive. And I think over the last couple of years, that's the part of the game that's really evolved for him, just understanding the tempo, and that's probably the hardest thing for a middle order batsman, just getting that tempo right.
Always a pleasure to catch up with you, Daniel Vettori. We'll leave you in peace now. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an easy game when your openers can get out there and smash 70 or 80 inside the power play, given the conditions are so good and they're so ultra aggressive. Abhishek and head. It's always a treat to catch up with coaches in the dugout. Got time for it. 10 off, 1 to go here. A little bit more wrist work here from Ishan Kishan. And the fielder, I've got to say, has been outstanding in the deep here so far from the Delhi Capitals. 12 off the 12th. It's 138 for 1.
Abhishek going great guns, and it has forced another change in bowling. Mukesh Kumar back into the attack, big side, leg side. Good Yorker. As he got to 50, Abhishek Sharma, there was an opportunity. KL Rahul failed to gather. And that was a sign, a further sign for Abhishek to say thank you and up the ante. This has been impressive. Pami Mbangwa, Sanal Gavaskar here with me. Yep, big man's back.
Yes, Delhi have gone to their best bowler, the bowler who's been very effective at the top and also in the middle and towards the end of the batting innings. Going for a referral. The umpire called it a wide down the leg side.
We have a player review for wide on the leg side. On-field decision is a wide. Check the bowler's feet. Fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen. The ball passes close to the pad. Can I just go to Ultra to see if the ball's made contact with the pad? Ultra is coming up. Keep rolling through. Keep going through. Yeah, the ball makes contact with the pad. Go back on field to Benoit. But I need you to reverse your wide to a fair delivery on screen signal now.
Yeah. He's been economical in this phase in previous games over the season. Mukesh, economy rate of 7. Where he hasn't been good this season for DC is in the death, where he's gone at about 13 and over. So Akshar Patel will be hoping, Pami Mbangwa, that they can get that sort of impact in these, what are still middle overs from Mukesh Kumar. They desperately need it.
Yeah. The necessity to continually shift in your thinking and in the way you use your resources wherever they are best, I think, is what you've got to go with.
All around the park for Abhishek Sharma. Previous weeks before this IPL were difficult for him, but he's back to being one of their favourites of the Orange Army.
Yes, he's seen that there is no deep third in position. And so as soon as that slower bouncer came, makes a bit of room. It'll be interesting to find out the stats as to how often the slower bouncer has been successful. More often than not, if you do not have a deep third, you're conceding a boundary.
That's what teams are going to a little bit earlier when they have the skill. You go Yorkers early, whether it's straight or wide or pace off. The orange cap has changed more hands than an octopus so far this season. And he's on the heels of his teammate there.
There's continually the recalibration in terms of thought. Turn up and it's a good surface, and you've then got to ensure that you're not necessarily being too greedy in the assessment of how many you need to go for. You kind of have to know whether you're doing well or not, and sometimes you kind of get forced to the outcome of things.
Enough muscle. He is tearing into it tonight. Abhishek Sharma. 1-5-1 for one. Natarajan. There are zones for certain batters where they favour things, some more than others. He's used his feet as well, Abhishek, to seamers and to spin. And his timing is back again. Full mode.
Yes, and he's hit the ball straighter as well. Can't keep a fielder in front of the side screen. It's always got to be a little either side of the side screen, and he's taken advantage of that.
Yeah, and the analysis of things is critical. Oh, they'll be thinking about that. They'll have to have a look. He thinks that's too wide.
Left-handers to the bigger side of the ground.
We have a player review for wide on the offside. On-field decision is a fair delivery. I've checked the batter's feet. It's a fair delivery. I've marked the crosshair position at the release point of the ball. Just roll it through, please, to the popping crease. Just freeze it there. It's a fair delivery. Anish, you can stay with your original decision. Stand by your on-screen signal now.
It's good umpiring, actually. Quietly to myself, I didn't realize that Abhishek had come across so far. So remember, the big side of the ground is the offside, and Natarajan is trying to drag them into that corner at times. Oh, dropped it. Nitish Rana made good ground. Could not hold on. Mark down that moment.
Oh dear. Do not need that at all. Need all the help you can get when someone's teeing off in this fashion. You're sweating on a chance, and when it comes, you must take it. It did all the hard work, and then it hits hard hands and bounces out, and the grimace says it all there. It's a big miss.
But the plan almost worked. Take him wide of off stump to the big side. Everything was set up for the planning. The death bowling aspect come early. The fielder couldn't back it up.
You were going with that analysis a little bit earlier on, a couple of balls ago, and I think there needs to be the understanding of which the strong zones and weak zones, or strong and stronger zones, as the case may be, so that you go to the area where you're most likely, more likely to have a chance and less damage. Fan poll question for you all. Here you go. This gentleman alongside us, continually analysing everything with his astute understanding of the game. Should Ian Bishop become a coach? Yes, or please don't leave the commentary.
Exactly. Do not leave the commentary. We want you here.
Well, what do you want out there? That's the question to you. IPLT20.com /. Oh, banged away. Beautiful. Struck fiercely and gone for 4. You staying here, Bish?
It's foolish guys that come up with these questions. Better questions to ask than that. That miscatching opportunity. I think he still has more room. He got too close there on that occasion. He still has to take it wider. Sonny, stop it.
It's gone at you before you said anything.
Thank goodness for that. And just 9 off the over in the context of things. 160 for 1. .92 to Abhishek Sharma. Final over for Nitish Rana. Add more to that. All the way. Surely. Angel 1, Super 6.
And it takes him within 2 runs of 100. Not the best of moves from Akshar Patel. His captaincy has been quite superb. We saw that the other day. But today, despite having given 32 runs in his 3 overs, giving another over to Nitish Rana, not the smartest of moves. He might get a wicket now.
It is a second 100 in the Tata IPL. The first was at this very venue for Abhishek Sharma. His parents are here, and this is a man well and truly back to his best form.
Amazing batting. That's his dad over there. And he will be a very proud man. He's worked very hard, made many sacrifices to give Abhishek the best of opportunities, the best of training, the best of opportunities to come good. And the sun is repaying it. Not just to him, but to the Sunrisers in a magnificent manner. What a century. 47 deliveries.
He's loving this pitch. More runs. His first 100 last year against Punjab Kings was on this very strip. This very pitch on which we're playing tonight. Wrap it up and take it away with you, Abhishek.
Pitch 2 really good. You got to remember it. Pitch number 2. That's just a short arm jab. Yeah, slips out the fingers as he tries to release it quickly to keep it down to just 1. Keep him off strike. As it turns out, it goes for 4. In a game where there's a whole lot more failure than success, with the way that he plays and tries to play for the team, trying to whack at absolutely everything, must savor the big success that this is.
Oh, he might be gone. He might be gone. It's ricocheted off the hands of Nitish and found Ishan Kishan stranded. It's the danger of backing up that far.
Yes. The thing is that the previous 3 deliveries were 6, 6 and 4. So there was no question of a quick single. So why take us that big a start? Have a look at this. Well, his bat was up in the air. Just one of those things. But the important thing is that Abhishek should not get disturbed by that. Kishan gone for 25. 2 down, 176.
Heinrich Klaassen. He was at the top of the run-scoring table a few minutes ago until his batting partner overtook him, and he spoke about an exercise that he does incrementally with almost a mental coach to keep him sharp. I'd be intrigued for him to delve into it, Klaassen, in the future, but for now he has to try and build an innings
Quickly.
Enough on it. Wow, there's a little fade on it. This is some knock. 10th 6 for Abhishek.
And again, hitting a little bit with the turn as well. The off spinner looking to turn the ball a little bit away from him. Look at the straightness of the bat. Look at the connection. Everything so good. And look at the follow through as well. He's counting the ball, so he wants to keep the strike. That is the sign of a very good batter. 183 for 2 after 15.
Well, the captain has a good record against him, you know, but they might discuss that in this Seat Tires strategic timeout.
And fourth, at this rate, well, they get to 244. If someone else also gets going, they could get even more.
End of the Seat Tires strategic timeout. Of that, Lungi and Giddy's back. Look for the pace off. Now he too might look to use that big side. Oh, they come back for 2.
Well, their ground fielding's been very good, but this is how he got to 100. That is a magnificent shot. Absolutely terrific. I don't know what that signifies. Something in the dugout, I'm pretty certain. They would have discussed something. And there it is. That's his dad. That is his father. Very happy man.
Well, I think he could well celebrate this because it was a few weeks ago in the World Cup. He averaged 17.6 across the World Cup. He's averaging almost 50 as we sit and stand here right now. Lungi's trying to bowl wide of that off stump to the big sun.
All he was there, going from the first ball itself, you could say. But what we saw, that both of them took a little time before going the aerial route. They were hitting boundaries along the ground, both Head and Abhishek Sharma, then gets to a half century. Was that a wide? No. Very well angled, that by Ngiri. They're reviewing it.
We have a player review for wide on the offside. On-field decision is a fair delivery. I've checked above his feet, fair delivery. I've marked the crosshair at the release point of the ball. He just frees the ball at the wide guideline, please. I see some part of the ball inside the inside edge of the wide guideline. Unless you can stay with your original decision of fair delivery, stand by your on-screen signal now.
Well, both the reviews taken for the wides and both unsuccessful. Excellent stuff. There's the quicker delivery now, followed by the slower delivery. So, 2 dot balls in the 16th over. Maybe somebody like a Lungi and Giri should have been brought in earlier, when the carnage was going on.
Yeah, love the ploy. That's the field employed. Big side to the offside and is going outside that off stump. Must persist out there.
Well, it used to be a time where they'd say don't leave the stumps. It used to be a time it would seem like too negative bowling out there. But in this Tata IPL, we're seeing it more and more often. But you've also seen how owning the edge makes a difference on the field, and maybe that's a slight edge. Do it off the field too. Visit rupee.co.in and apply for a Rupee card now. Sunny already has 1 or 2 or 3.
None, actually.
We know Bish has got the car. Danny said, yeah, look at the wicket. Rather unfortunate, you might call it. He probably just thinks he's going across for a single because it's going to get past. And it doesn't. And he can't continue to partake in the feast. Yeah, sorry, Skip.
Has he hit it well enough? Oh, good effort. Really good effort. High-class effort. It is number 10. It is David Miller. Who knows how important that could be. 189 for 2, they say.
Yes, what a terrific effort this. What a terrific effort. Their ground fielding has been quite outstanding, the Delhi team. Catching could have been, if it had been as good as the ground fielding, would have been a better score for them. 189 for 2, 16 done.
$16 done. Natarajan with a slower ball, hoping to force him onto that onside. He can't. The dexterity so good, just to make room for himself and exploit the open area. 4 to begin the over.
Yeah, just manipulating the field at will. He has hit it everywhere today, particularly straight and long. Now 123 off 57, almost picking and choosing where his next run is coming from.
Oh, just over. It's in the gap as well, so it will be back to keep strike.
We've already spoken and admired Abhishek Sharma's batting, but look at that number of hundreds that are now coming in just into the second month or just over 4 weeks of the IPL. 125, you saw astounding 100 from Tilak Verma last night for the Mumbai Indians. Sanju Samson with 100, Dickok with 100. Where can the Sunrisers go is going to be a big question.
Yeah, Morgs, Anjum, I know both of you enjoying the sight of this.
I am definitely, and I'm pretty certain, if I can say this for Morgan as well, he's liking it too. I mean, such kind of stroke play, such kind of consistency. And the day he misses out, we feel, why has he missed out? Because apart from the entertainment, it's the consistency factor that we always look for as a cricketer, as a player, as a leader of this pack, and as a teammate of Travis Head. The Sunrisers group pack a punch with both of them firing.
Yeah, so powerful. I said before at the start of the broadcast with him and Travis Head going, and there's been the stats about how they go together. When he started off, his was about impact early, 10 balls, 15 balls, what does he get? But it's remarkable how much he can go on. Those are his highest scores there. Look at that, 141 on that pitch, by the way. That very pitch. Fielder out there will keep it to 1. And at the time of him doing what he did, so 2 seasons, he might even go 3 seasons ago, it needed the courage to keep doing it, game after game, and believing and trusting that the impact of getting your side away in the power play would put you in the best position. And should he then go on, this is what he'd be able to do. He will keep going through the course of the game. Punjab Kings at the receiving end that time. Klaasen in on the act. Deft for 4 to bring up 200 for the Sunrisers. A 202 for 2. Abhishek Sharma 127 from 60. He's striking at more than 200. Klaasen has joined him, has faced just 3 balls. He too striking at 200. A great point made by Daniel Vettori early on, speaking to the Mad Morrison of here. Yeah, well bowled. To say that there's the necessity for those coming in to make good assessments and to understand that they might not be able to go at the same rate as those that have been out there. Certainly not in exactly the same way, but must find a way to be effective and to keep that momentum going.
And that's where the form of Klaasen helps. Just at the start of the middle order, if your form is good, it will help the team.
Yeah, excellent from Giddy. They're going up. They're going up. They're going up, are they? They think something's up there. They want him to be out. Might as well check it with a couple still up your sleeve. Yep, and skipper says, let's have a look.
On-field decision is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet, fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen. Can I go to Ultras just to confirm whether there's any back? Thank you. Here's to Mr. Bat. Keep running it through, keep running through, keep going through. Keep going through. The ball, bat makes contact with the ground. There's a clear gap between bat and ball. No bat involved. Anish, you can stay with your original not out decision standby. Your on-screen signal now.
Yep, they want to see more of him. And you come into the ground, you want to see what shirts, the replicas, what numbers they have on their back. Loads and loads with number 4, Abhishek, on their back. Because when he does get going, well, you want to be here and you want to see him thump it to all parts. Yeah, good bowling. Excellent bowling. Last year, that's what he did. This one is for the Orange Army. And today, not entirely sure what he's saying with that one. Yeah, Dad says, yippee-yay-yay. Clarkson thumps one over extra cover. Top shot.
This is an absolutely ridiculous shot from Heinrich Klaasen. It's an attempted slower ball from Ngidi. He gets the length wrong. How he holds his shape and composure and then allows himself to go up and over the offside is what makes the shot. Gets a clean strike on it. That is world class.
Oh, that's even better. That is outstanding. What a shot. He's been bubbling under. Heinrich Klaasen, this might well be him taking off.
Pace off didn't help. Pace on didn't. The form of Klaasen is dominating. Ngidi's trying his best, which is that perfect pot of gold where he can pitch that ball. He's tried that all afternoon, all evening since the start of this game. It hasn't worked for him.
Bowled. Nicely done. Good Yorker. That's what he was going for the ball before. Didn't quite get it in the block hole. 14 off that one. 216 for 2. Two overs to go for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Batted beautifully here. The star Abhishek Sharma and Klaasen coming in to put the finishing touches to it. Yeah, slow into the surface. They'll get one. A 1 is a win.
Yeah, you got to say that as well, and especially for the kind of stroke play that we've just witnessed. Or let's say it's a very common sight. They are a very imposing team, the top order of the Sunrisers Hyderabad. With Klaasen's consistency, it's become greater. And that last over finish, just a reminder as well. You miss your length and you will go the distance. But how about Akshar Patel just having bowled 2 overs? After that wicket that he got, he didn't come back to bowl at all.
Well, that again. Time now for a fun contest brought to you by the Tata Group and BCCI. Spot any green dot and win exclusive merchandise and match tickets. Get a chance to be part of the Green Dot squad. Spot, snap and share on green.ball.com. Scarce they are, dot balls. And straight to the man, keep it to one. A one is a win. Get them to hit it to the fielders. Minimize on boundaries as they try to finish off here.
Well, this is what they're playing for. Currently 4th and 5th. Sunrisers in a commanding position. Certainly working into the halfway stage. They could leapfrog, depending on how significant this win potentially could be if they get over the line today. The Rajasthan Royals. Yeah, just picking out what club he's going to use next and striking it that well. Interesting point Anjum Chopra made about Delhi Capital's skipper only bowling his 2 overs alongside Kuldeep Yadav. Remember, Kuldeep Yadav also was taken out of the attack the same time as the skipper. Nitish Rana, for the first time bowling in this year's Tata IPL, completed his 4. Just interesting how decisions unfold under pressure. Do matchups sometimes be predetermined?
Bowling, excellent. There's a dot.
Well, Pommy, we said it was a good wicket. You asked, was 220 safe? I said no, absolutely not. But the DC will have to go some. There has been a number of contenders who have batted in the top 3. As it stands there, Rizvi was 2 games ago number 3. I think today Nitish Rana will become the Gary Sobers and go back to 3.
Yeah, this is really good from Natarajan. 1 ball to go, and the quest is to not go to the fence or over it.
And the fact that he's played for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, he's spent 5 seasons here. So he knows those conditions, he knows what, where, how the angles can be utilized to a bowler's advantage. Yes, he started after the 10-over spell, which we saw from the other DC bowlers, but this has turned out to be immense quality from Natarajan. None for 39, 1 more to go.
Oh, excellent. T. Natarajan with an over of 6, and that over being the 19th. Outstanding stuff. Choo, choo, choo. But choo. A subject that continually will come into this game. Morg just said 220 not safe. In the analysis of how guys go, he's got 100, Abhishek, but of the last 15 balls, he scored a run a ball. And it's the time when they're looking for his best in terms of boundary hitting. And I wonder, I've seen it before where guys are on 90 or on 100, but because of fatigue, they get pulled off and someone else comes in to try and find defense. Klaasen away for 4 more. He's striking at 260. The 50 partnership comes up.
Mukesh Kumar has been very much effective in the early overs or in the middle overs, not so in the death for the Delhi Capitals, but now they're forced to go back to him. He pitches the ball right in that slot with a mid-off fielder unable to protecting that nice shot from classy Klaasen.
Well, straight, flat, 6 more for Heinrich Klaasen. Previous over was a brilliant one from T. Natarajan. Yorker after Yorker, this right in the slot. And an in-form Heinrich Klaasen doesn't miss out on an opportunity as good as this one, particularly when he's set. He moves to 32 off just 11. Yeah, watch out in the crowd.
I'm surprised as that Mukesh start of the fresh over has come in and there was a mid-off station for him. There was a long on.
Yeah, he set the field and then bowled the only ball he couldn't bowl. And needed to be straighter, needed to be fuller to force it onto the onside. He's round now. Thinking two won't get back.
And Pommy, to come back to your question, just after we have a look at Heinrich Klaasen, because this has been special. He's been in fine form. Took a few balls to get in, half a dozen or so, but since then it's been a case of if you land in an area where I can hit you, I will hit you. He's respected good bowling at stages, used his vast experience and been brilliant. What a hand he is playing, albeit second hand to Abhishek's 130. Crucial at this stage.
Oh, nicely done. A welcome boundary that. Away it goes for 4 more. And I reckon he'll be relieved. Just a little while ago there was a chit-chat. See the smile there? It was also Klaasen was saying, let me get on strike, I'll go at him. So now going from both ends.
They're too wide. Again, not bowling to the field. Look at that fielder, short third. And everyone just turned around the moment that ball was racing towards the boundary. Says, no way, we can't have another one. Not towards the end when we just bowled a couple of good overs to peg them back. We're conceding too many. 15 already in the first 4 deliveries.
Yeah, Klaasen effective. 8th consecutive 30-plus score in IPL. His consistency critical. A tough place to bat, where batters come in and they're coming in, whether it's 15th, 16th over, and don't have a lot of time to get themselves going and have to figure out a way to be impactful and consistent with it. Have a look at those top scores. Universe boss at the top, and the very, very first game of Tata IPL, Brendan McCullum. There was Bazball many years ago. Outstanding innings. It gets it away. For 4 to finish the final over. Yields 20. The Sunrisers Hyderabad will be so happy with their work tonight. Klaasen belligerent to finish it off. Abhishek Sharma from start all the way to the end. 135 not out. Again here at his home crowd and home ground. He's been fabulous. No doubt they'll be happy with that.
Well, take a bow, young man. Yet again, you have produced something world-class. He is not taking his form for granted. In a tough time of it at the T20 World Cup recently, making the most of this touch that he has been in. Really appreciated by the home crowd here after being inserted